religious freedom. In order to truly have religious freedom, you need limits on what religious freedom is. Great example of it. I was just reading the Radio Kenai news outlet, reading about Kenai, Alaska, as one does. And I noticed that at a government assembly meeting in the Kenai Peninsula Borough Assembly, there was just an invocation given by a Satanist. So each year, this is according to Radio Kenai, a list of residents sign up to give an invocation to the Kenai Peninsula Borough Assembly meetings, a list that already is filled up for this coming calendar year. The policy states that the Assembly allows for an invocation, which could include a short prayer or a solemnizing message to be offered at the beginning of the meetings for the benefit of the Assembly to accommodate the spiritual needs of public officials. And for the past few years, and just happening again last Tuesday, Satanists are showing up. Iris Fontana signed up to give a satanic temple invocation, which several members of the community objected to, including an assembly member who called upon residents to silently stand strong in prayer, citing scripture from Matthew 4:10. I'm not going to read the invocation because I don't think Satanists should be encouraged in our society. But this is what's happening. It's religious freedom, right? Isn't that what religious freedom means? Doesn't religious freedom mean that the Satanists should be allowed to hail their dark lord and call upon the devil to control this world? Isn't that, listen here. I might not agree with what you say, but I'll defend to the death your right to say it. I might not agree with hailing Satan, prince of the underworld, the father of lies, the embodiment of evil, but I will defend to your death that, no, I won't. I'm not going to defend that right. I don't think you have that right. I don't think the founding fathers understood satanic invocations as being covered by religious liberty. I think that if someone had shown up to the Continental Congress to give a satanic invocation, not only would this not be applauded by those liberal-minded founding fathers, probably they would go out and gather kindling for the stake that they would burn that person at. Certainly in earlier America, they would do that. We know, I think we all know, that whatever religious liberty means in America, it does not mean Satanists opening up our government meetings. So I think we need to start from there. If we want to get back to any normal understanding of what freedom means in America, let's start from there. We know that Satanists are not what our founding fathers were talking about when they talk about the blessings of liberty and no establishment of religion and the various other religious phrases that are used within our founding documents. Okay, so then what does that mean for what religious freedom actually is? In the United States tradition, God is referenced. In our founding document, the Declaration of Independence, the entire country is predicated on the idea that our Creator, God, has given us certain unalienable rights, namely the right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Not Satan. Satan didn't give us those rights. Satan didn't create us as God. Satan is the enemy of God. He rebelled against God and got shot down to hell, and now he's being tormented for eternity. God is mentioned in many official United States documents. God is on our money. In our money, it says, "In God we trust." In our national Pledge of Allegiance, we say, "One nation under God." Our nation was founded, even before the founding of the American Republic, our whole country, which dates back much further, was founded by extremely zealous Christians. It's a Christian country. That means that if you do not accept certain, at least basic premises of Christianity, if you do not go along with certain basic elements at least, then you don't really have a place here. I'm not saying you got to be in daily mass and receiving all the sacraments. I'm sure the founding fathers wouldn't have said that either. But if you do not believe, for instance, that the good Lord gives us certain rights, that we have a right to life, that life is ordered toward pursuing liberty, and that this is conducive toward the pursuit of happiness, if you don't believe that, then America doesn't really make a whole lot of sense for you, does it? You certainly don't have a right to undermine all of those things. Liberty cannot coherently be used to undermine liberty. You don't have a First Amendment right, for instance, to destroy the First Amendment. Right? You don't. That doesn't make any sense. For much of U.S. history, we've had blasphemy laws. If you blaspheme against God, the Christian God, you could be prosecuted. Now we think that's shocking, unbelievable, so un-American. No, it's only been considered un-American for the past 50 years or so. Only since cultural revolutionaries had a hostile takeover of our political processes, of the government, and kicked the Bible out of schools, kicked prayer out of schools, and kicked Christianity out of the public square and exalted Satanism. That literally exalted Satanism in multiple places, okay? So if we want to restore some semblance of American religious liberty, I think we got to realize that somewhere we went off the track, and we need to stop tolerating freaking Baphomet at government assemblies. This is not complicated, folks. Good grief. If you find yourself on the same side as a horned demon, switch sides. Something's gone wrong. It's not going to end well for you. Kami Koto makes great traditional Japanese steel kitchen knives using the traditional techniques from Japan. Kami Koto taps into more than 800 years of traditional techniques from Honshu, Japan. They only use steel sourced from mills in Japan. Each blade is crafted using techniques that have been honed and perfected for centuries, for generations. It makes a really great gift. I love these knives. They look beautiful. They're presented in this lovely, beautiful ash wood box. They're great for chopping up things in the kitchen. They're great for preparing dinner. They're great for scaring your colleagues at the Daily Wire when you get your set of Kami Koto knives as well. Well, they've got a massive extended New Year sale. And on top of that sale, you can get an additional $50 off any purchase you make with the discount code Knowles. Click the link below or go to kamikoto.com/Knowles, K-N-O-W-L-E-S. Use promo code Knowles, K-N-O-W-L-E-S, to save an extra $50 today. Treat yourself in the kitchen to these really terrific knives. Wonderful, great tradition. You will thank me later. I'm so glad you liked that clip. That makes me feel great that you liked it, you watched it. Now, I hope you clicked the like button. I hope you maybe left me a comment, but what I really hope is you ring the bell. That way you'll get the notifications. We can be together again. And even if we don't get the notifications, for whatever reason, YouTube, you can head on over to Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, Google Play, wherever you get your audio podcasts. Subscribe, leave a 5-star review. The Michael Knowles Show. We'll see you next time.